Okay, am I back? We back? I'm not sure what happened. My computer started working a lot. Maybe it was a quick internet issue that happened. Today was cloudy, so maybe it's raining outside and I'm not aware of that, and then maybe it's giving me some trouble. But there we go. Electro saw the Snowpiercer series trailer. It sounds like the same plot as the movie. When we were talking about the movie, you were saying that the movie had a lot of action going on. The series hasn't been that, um, I don't know, with that many scenes of action. It's been more an investigation show so far. And apparently, the original was a graphic novel? Oh, I see. So, probably the director from Parasite, he got to the graphic novel and adapted to be a movie, right? But now that you guys are saying that, I think you are right. Or am I thinking on a different graphic novel? But I'm remembering like this book that it's making me want to believe it's the same one, the graphic novel. But when I heard that the director from Parasite was the one behind the movie, I thought he came up with the story. But alright, it's a graphic novel then. But the series is good. It just sucks that they are releasing one episode per week, and then when you are getting to the mood of it, you need to wait 7 days to continue it. It kind of ruins it. Maybe that's also why I did not watch the newest episode this last week. But it's good. It's just that it slows down every time. That is really odd for Netflix. They did that before with some anime. Yeah, there is this anime called Violet Evergarden that I believe Gabriel has watched it and liked it. They were releasing one episode per week, but for this show, I don't think it's really doing great for them. Just my opinion though. Maybe there are people that are fine with that, but it is slowing down the mystery, in my opinion. I would rather binge it in 1 or 2 days without stopping it. I guess they may be doing it just because they may be running out of things to release, and then, it kinda gives us the impression that it's lasting for longer, the release of that. But I think it's backfiring them. But it's a good series, it's just that it kinda slows down. It does have some very graphical scenes though. We may need some hydraulics for that one as well, right? Hey Emily, what's up? How are you? Emily, do you know cheese bread but not the toast white bread with cheese sandwich? Do you know this? Because that's the snack of the night. But how are you, Emily? Wait, that's right there is not good. Yeah, that's not what I was planning to happen. Don't get the platform like that. Oh, yeah, cheese bread. Do you call it like cheesy bread? Oh, wait, it's because that doesn't need to be a split joint, right? It just needs to be loose, I think. Oh, wait, you don't think you have had that specifically? It's really great. You can find the mixture for that in some supermarkets or specialized places, right? Maybe even online. I know that because I have seen some Americans ordering the mixture or buying the mixture, and then they just had to mix the mixture with some fresh milk and eggs to make the dough and then bake the dough to have this. In here, since it's popular and common, you can buy them already frozen. So these ones in here were already frozen. Emily, earlier today, Joe Dancing was telling us that she was having a great salad and she had avocado on her salad. And then that started like a crazy avocado talk. And then I want to ask you, have you ever had avocado milkshake before? Because I was telling her and everybody that in here there are not many avocado dishes, and the ways I usually see avocado dishes are sweet dishes like avocado milkshake or just avocado with honey and sugar. That's how I usually eat avocado. So I was curious, have you ever seen this other sweet side of avocado before? To me, that seems like cheese biscuits. Not really, but I get what you mean. But it's really a dough, you know? But I get what you mean, and it is a very good snack for you to have while drinking coffee or drinking tea, or maybe some hot milk or chocolate. It is not, but have you ever tried drinking avocado milkshake? I highly recommend you that. It is really great. It's still loose, but I hope that once it goes up. Oh, it's breaking that? Yeah, it is breaking it all right. I don't have any other wooden parts. Sorry, steel parts. But I can replace this one for a wooden part, right? And then maybe this is going to be better. I usually eat avocado savory with your grilled cheese sandwich. So I need to test all of those things. Guacamole, a salad that has avocado on it, I have never had that. Then an avocado sandwich as well. Those will be all new to me. Avocado is not one of my favorite things. I like it, but I don't love it like crazy. But I wonder, maybe if I try eating avocado with all of those savory variety of dishes, maybe it can like grow on me somehow. Yeah, Jodansi is also an avocado savory person. I wonder if I will start loving it more if I try those dishes. You love to add salt on them? You see, that's so crazy to me to think. Because I add sugar. You mostly need to try guacamole. Yeah, I wanna try guacamole. That's for sure. As I tried taco last year, I wanna still try guacamole. Maybe burritos as well, but then I'll need to find a burrito that doesn't have meat. Because the only meat I like to eat on such things are pork meat, right? Like sausage, salami, something around those lines of um, delis. I believe that's the word in English, delis. But like if it has beef, I don't like beef. Or like a vegan or vegetarian burrito or variety of Mexican dishes, right? You eat in Dominican cooking as well. It's usually like a side dish. You mean guacamole? Avocado on whole grain toast with salt and pepper and garlic or onion powder. If you are feeling fancy, I really need to try that. I cannot even picture how it tastes. You also agree with Electro? Yeah, I will try guacamole. That's for sure. I just need to find it. On a burger? Actually, I think I have seen avocado on a burger before. It sounds familiar, but again, I have never tried it. Rice, beans, and chicken, then you have your avocado. Yeah, my problem in there is the chicken. I also don't like chicken. I only like very specific chicken dishes, like coxinha, for example, the Brazilian snack, and chicken nuggets. I even have chicken nuggets after a long time that I have not bought it. But yeah, chicken nuggets, coxinha, and there is also a somewhat chicken salad we have in Brazil that I can eat, but it's not my favorite. That it doesn't really taste like chicken because of all of the other vegetables and fruits and toppings that are going on. That's why I like it. But this right here is a classic in Brazil. That's coxinha. It's a fried chicken snack, right? There is an American burrito place, Chipotle, that's so famous, right? It's so famous. Everybody only says great things about it. I have never seen that in Brazil though. That they have guacamole with some vegan options. I would love to try that. Similar serving style to Subway. But then you get the dishes, right? Like rice, beans, some salad. I believe that's how Chipotle works. Or are you just uh, adding toppings to a taco or a burrito, or maybe it's both? You can order either rice, beans, and salads and meat, or the burritos, tacos, and other things. You can have burritos that are meatless, and then they just put beans. I would go for that for sure. Or in case there is a burrito that uses pepperoni, salami, sausage, because I do like those. It's not like a pork, but you know those dishes that come from the pigs? I like those too. Or um, I don't mind eating snacks made of that. You can get it as a burrito or in a bowl. I see. Is it very messy when you eat the burrito that has so many things? I imagine it like dropping the toppings all around and then the sauce starts to leak from it. But definitely people talk a lot about Chipotle. They talk about it so much that I finally learned how to pronounce it correctly without struggling, right? Chipotle. I heard it so many times that I finally got it. It is somewhat messy. I remember it is pretty messy actually. I just remembered one video that was talking about pretty much what is the word in English? Etiquette? Is that a word in English? Etiquette? When you're when you're formal and polite, when you're with other people, you have like etiquette. Maybe it is a different pronunciation, I'm not sure. But I was watching this video that was talking about etiquette, and it seems that in Portugal, is it in Portugal? I should be sure about what I'm going to say, but I think it was in Portugal. It is not polite or it's rude for you to ask for salt. If you are in a restaurant and then you think your food is, I don't know, um, tasting strange, it is very rude for you to ask for salt in there. Etiquette's correct. There we go. Yeah, I was watching this video about etiquette, and then also in Japan, it seems that it's not polite for you to leave your chopsticks on the plate after you eat it. There is also something about that. And then I was asking about if the dish or if the burrito goes all messy. I remembered this etiquette video of how not to go messy or cause some sort of chaos during a dinner or a meal with others. But yeah, it's in Portugal, if I'm not mistaken, don't ask for salt. Like, even if your food is tasteless, don't be that rude to ask for salt because they will feel like hurt. There is a strange because you are more sensitive to salt than more people. And hey Yoda, what's up, man? Chicken on pizza is less messy. My sister loves chicken on pizza. There is this cheese and chicken pizza that's super popular here, but the cheese we have and we use for that pizza is not a common cheese elsewhere. It's a very Brazilian cheese. It's called catupiry. Yeah, I will type it. So in here, catupiry chicken pizza, many people like it. I don't because I don't like chicken. But that's the cheese people love in here. Catupiry. It's pretty much the Brazilian cheddar. I mean, I'm just comparing them as how popular they are in here. I see cheddar being super popular in the US, for example. In Brazil, catupiry is the most trendy cheese for you to eat with pizza or with French fries or something. So it's kind of like the Brazilian cheddar, even though they taste completely different, and I prefer catupiry over cheddar because I'm not a cheddar fan. But I'm pretty sure you don't have that cheese on the US or other countries. You're more sensitive to salt than some people. Honestly, I haven't been adding salt to my own dishes. I prefer using herbs and some seasonings to season my dishes, like my pasta, my rice, anything I cook pretty much. Even when I prepare or make potato dishes, I also don't add salt. The only thing I add salt to is on popcorn. Yeah, I only eat popcorn with salt. I mean, it's the only one that I add salt. And not every time as well. Sometimes some butter on it, it's already enough to me, but I have been adding salt on it. But I have a friend that I think she has no limits towards salt. It's so dangerous when we hang out together and then we will be sharing a meal or a dish, like French fries, because when she's going to add salt to it, she adds a lot, really a lot of salt. And then I'm like, how can you not feel how salty this is? This is tasting like. And then I think she got super used to savory dishes. I even joke about that with her today still. It's been like many years, but I can still make that joke to her. But I'm like the opposite. I don't value salt that much because I kinda got used to taste the plain taste of some food or some dishes, right? I'm not saying that having salt on your dish is bad. I know it elevates the taste and the flavor, but I just feel like I don't necessarily need it, you know? And if by eating less salt I can have better health, I can go well with those lines because I don't mind the salt that much. But of course, I will ask for another seasoning to be getting control over the taste. It can be oregano, cilantro, vinegar, olive oil, thyme, pepper. It can be any other thing, garlic, onion. You know, something in there should be, controlling or guiding the march of the tastes for that dish when salt's not there. But of course, if you get like a plain rice dish that has no salt and no taste and no seasoning, then it's going to really taste bad. It's going to really taste bad. You know what's funny? I just also remembered hearing a person talking about like apocalypse, like in case there is an apocalypse, what would be the three items you would choose to have with you? I was watching this video once that the person was pretty much answering questions from the fans, and somebody asked them out of curiosity, what would you keep with you in case there is an apocalypse? You can pick three items. One of the items the person picked was salt. And the reason why she went for it was because she was reading a book that was talking about some very hard situations in Africa or in an African country, and she was saying that the stories of the people in there that were living under very bad conditions and without many food supplies were really terrible, especially because when they were eating, they could not feel pleasure from the food they were eating because they were not tasteful, you know. And the main reason why it was because they were not with salt. So she picked salt as one of her items for the apocalypse. So that was interesting because I think people in general would not go for something like that. But me in particular, if there is another seasoning taking control over the tastes, I'm good without salt. For example, when I order French fries, many restaurants they don't add salt directly on the fries. They send you a sachet of salt for you to add it on your own. I do not add it. I do like French fries without salt, or I can eat it with something else like ketchup, for example. I really got my tongue used to not miss salt that much, you know. And then when I'm cooking, I add other seasonings. I add a lot of oregano, basil, cilantro, vinegar, and then the taste of my dish gets those things. You heard professional cooks use more salt than home cooks? I imagine they do that, yeah. I wouldn't be surprised by that. You believe it's because they are less sensitive to it? Probably. That could make sense. My friend that lost track of the amount of salt she puts on food, that was crazy. Everybody agreed with me that the French fries were completely savory, while she was like, but maybe I should add more salt. She was even saying that she could add more salt to it. It was unbelievable. So Yoda has tried some Asian dishes in a Western restaurant, and they were very salty. I gotta agree with you about this experience I have had with Asian cuisine, even though it's like super rare to me as I don't like seafood or Asian dishes in general because they have a lot of seafood and I do not eat seafood. But there was this day I was visiting Subaru City, São Paulo, and in there, São Paulo, they have this very unique Japanese, but not only Japanese, it's like a mix of Asian cultures, but especially Japanese neighborhood. It's a very popular and famous neighborhood in São Paulo. So as I was visiting the city, I really wanted to go there, and I went there. Um, and then my friends wanted to bring me to a Japanese restaurant, right? But then there goes the issue. I was scared because I would not be able to eat almost anything in there, but they were saying, no, probably they have an option for vegan people or vegetarian people. I'm not vegetarian, but I don't eat many meat, right? So I was like, okay, let's go for that though. But then, yeah, they served me uh, what's the name of the dish again? Wait, it's like a stew, right? But oh yeah, they served me lemon, right? Lemon, but it was a vegetarian lemon, and it was extremely salty or savory. I could not finish that. It was tasting just like salt. And then what happened? After my friends had their amazing lemons and Japanese food, we went to Burger King so I could eat. So that's how the visit to that neighborhood ended. It ended at Burger King. Because yeah, the ramen I got was completely salty. I could not taste anything but water with salt. It was really horrible and expensive. What was the worst, right? But also, as it was the vegetarian option for the restaurant, I'm sure the meat dishes or the meat ramen dishes would taste much better than the one I got. Especially because everybody loved what they had but me. But yes, I also had a very savory Asian dish once. So Outros can confirm that there is a lot of salt going on. There is more of a science to it than that. The recipes from my meal kit say add salt and pepper after every step. Come on. No way. Okay, don't add salt and pepper after every step. Don't do that to you. It's all about enhancing as much as possible without someone figuring out that it's just salt making food tasting good. Interesting. That's a very interesting concept. Did you see that the van could make the jump? But then how the heck am I catching the van on this side? I still have rolled pieces, but would this really work? I will see how this goes. Maybe it works. Oh no, I don't have the steel bars. You like the truck swing? I'm still surprised this kinda balanced it. I was expecting the truck to fall, you know? Sushi places near you have more vegan options. Yeah, I need to find those options then because otherwise we will not dive into Asian cuisine. Yeah, the question now is how am I getting the van? Maybe I can try swapping some of those steel bars. Maybe I don't need all of them. But you know what's my concern about not adding salt to my dishes? Although I don't think it started any health issue on me, or at least not yet. But you guys probably have the same situation going on in your country that how is this chemical element called in English? Is it iode? I'm not sure if that's how it's called. Does that make sense to you? The word iode or something? I don't know how it's called in English. Maybe it's something different, very different. I'm now scared of what I just said. It's the chemical element that goes for the letter I, right? Do you know what that is? Iode? I'm just iodine. Okay, so it's called iodine. Iodine is important to your health. Yes, Ultros, that's the situation. Iodine is important to your health at like very short amounts, of course. You don't need like a lot of that. Iodine, right? It's not iodine. Is it iodine? Or is it like iodine? Try changing the split joint to the next step. Dine? Okay, iodine. Is that better? Wait, but you are saying that the truck can only fit on that one? No, it needs the second too. It's still wrong? Oh, it's iodine? Iodine, right? Anyway, iodine is important to your health at minor amounts, but it's still important. And usually, you do not eat things that have that substance. It's rare for you to find it in nature. But it regulates or it balances or it works for this part of your body. Not sure how this is called, but it's like important for the hormones of this on your body. And the solution people came up for people to be ingesting, that is that not that's not correct. Ingesting, maybe ingesting, right? People to be ingesting um, iodine is by, yeah, the thyroid, there we go, the thyroid is by mixing it with salt, because they were like, oh yeah, everybody uses salt, so if we put this iodine with salt, then everyone will still be ingesting actually, right? People will be ingesting iodine with it. And then I get worried about that, because as I'm avoiding salt, am I getting the iodine that I need? I hope I am, because sometimes I order food and then restaurants will be adding salt, or sometimes industrialized or, you know, not fresh dishes will have salt in them as well. Anything you buy that's not fresh will probably have some salt. But I'm sometimes scared of not being healthy thanks to iodine levels on my body. It is negligible. Iodine intake came around to help people reduce damage from radiation. I didn't know that. I knew it was important for the thyroid because of for the hormones, right? To regulate the hormones. But regarding radiation, that's new to me. I'm fine. There we go. I think I'm fine too, because I never noticed any thyroid issues. But I'm just saying it's important because of that. When you think that, oh yeah, adding salt is only bad, not all bad. Negligible? Negligible. Is that better? Negligible? Or maybe it's negligible. Negligible. Some very hard words today. You also avoid salt, there we go. But you eat more fishes which have iodine, that's true. And also omega-3, right? Another problem of mine, I do not eat seafood, so I do not get omega-3 on my body. We get iodine pills in the mail in case of radiation in the air. Somebody is asking me, why do I have under like a road section under or beneath this bridge? Because of the van jump. I need to catch it, and I haven't been able to catch the van after it jumps, so I was thinking about building more road under the one that... Oh, actually, even if I do that, the van will still have an obstacle with the previous road, right? It will not reach the flag, that's true. So that idea sucks. It really sucks. But I was trying to use the spare road pieces I had. Wait a second, I can continue this, right? I mean, I can't. I have a lot of problems in here, guys, because not only... Oh my god, you know what's the answer? The answer to this puzzle and to this level is for us to have two elevators, I think. It's like a double deck elevator, don't you think? Because even if this van makes the jump, once this truck goes back to its original location, it cannot progress to get to flag A. I think I need to have two elevators in one. It's a double deck elevator level, don't you think? So instead of having steel bars right there, for example, what I need is like a piece of road. I will try that. It sounds more doable than what I was trying before. You need some milligrams of sodium to function, but sodium is in a lot of things I eat. Yeah, that's for sure. If you are eating something that's artificial, it's gotta have sodium. Even on some vegetables or fruits, they probably also have some sodium. Okay, so let's try this again. If this is really the solution, then I really like this level. This is very creative. Okay, but we gotta help the truck to fall correctly, right? And not break my bridge. It's swinging a lot. Let me use my final steel bar right there. No, it's still breaking everything, but I will try the wooden bars. Man, come on, truck. Can you please do not do that? Wait, wait. Don't finish that connection right there. Maybe that helps. What about this? Okay, but it's still, yeah, it's not balanced. What if I add the hydraulics to the supports instead? It's about balancing that, right? Hey Riker, what's up, man? If I'm trying to become the world's greatest poly bridger, I'm still very far from becoming one, man. I don't even think I have a chance. But are you saying that because it's been like forever since I'm playing this game? You are not wrong. Yeah, right. I mean, not longer than Xenogears though, but quite long. Xenogears took 30 streams, and this is stream 19 for Polybridge. Don't worry, Xenogears was longer, also because some of my streams in here, especially on this month, it's getting good value at least for sure, because I'm still somewhat entertained by this game and by its challenges, even though sometimes I get super stuck like yesterday and today as well, because we were dealing with that level. But this game is really good. But yeah, it's still far from Xenogears. I think we still need more, at least one more month of this to get close to Xenogears. But some streams of this game this month were shorter. They were like 3 to 4 hours long. Because I was checking some dark discussions like yesterday and like next week as well. And I had to cut the stream short, or earlier. But indeed, this game is taking forever, much more than what I expected. But I'm also not rushing, or I'm still good with this game. If this is running on my PC, okay. For the first hours, yes. But when it gets like super super late, when it gets to like past 5 to 6 hours of streaming, then my computer starts to be worse. Also, when I go through many levels in one day, I think that the more levels I progress, the more data this game will be working with, and then the slower my computer gets. And even one day, people suggested me to like reset the game, and I believe that's right. That may help me to keep going with it without many issues. But in general, it does run well. Also, after thanks to some option changes, we decreased some graphic quality options on the menu. Yeah, you might just need to close out the game. Yeah, correct. Could be a memory leak issue or something. I believe so. Yeah. As I haven't been progressing too much tonight, for example, the computer is still alright. But when I clear a level, it does get a little bit slow as well. But I believe it's because it's loading the next level. But there was one day that we had like a crazy progression streak, and on that day my computer got seriously slow, but it was fine because we could progress a lot already. But as this is only the third level of the night, I think everything is alright still. But yeah, there is still a little bit more of this game. It depends on how rough the levels are going to be. Sometimes we get a somewhat easy level like the previous one, but sometimes we get stuck on it for days, like the first level of tonight. But I believe we are at least past half game, because this is World 5, and I believe we are getting to level 70 or something. And this game has somewhat close to 100 levels, so we are getting there, but it depends on how hard the levels will be, right? And we have learned a lot, so our experience has been helping us for most times, but definitely it can still get us and hurt us occasionally. And when it hurts bad. But thank goodness that level is finally over. This one I believe I know the idea, but I'm having trouble to execute it. It's like a double deck elevator. But yeah, the truck is messing up with what I'm doing, you know? Wait. Wait. What if I do something like this, maybe? And then that's going to move the truck a little bit backyards? Or backwards, right? I need to be careful with that word, backwards, not backyard. Never mind, it didn't work. It didn't work. Maybe if I create a slope there on the center. No, that kinda made it worse, right? But this game is also really great for us to be chatting in here, Riker. Like yesterday, for example, we completely ignored the game and just chatted. Oh, come on. It's not a game that demands my attention all of the time. So even though like this has been super long, at least we have been having some good talks. I have been spending a lot of time on math. Wait, you're studying math? Are you preparing yourself for an exam or something? Sora, maybe? Good luck on that, man. Hopefully it's not some heavy math. Okay, so I tried all I could think of. Wait, not really. I have a new idea. An obstacle. Yeah, that impact is destroying the bridge. Some basic stuff. I have always had a teacher. Wait, you have always had a harder time. Why did I read it as a teacher? I have always had a harder time with math than any other subject. You can memorize spelling words and stuff like that really easily, but math you always struggled with. But do you like math? Because if you like it, then it's going to help you to learn it more. But I know it can be like for many different reasons why you are struggling more with math than, other any other subject. It's not just like that. But if you like math, it's definitely going to help you a lot. I know some people that they don't like math, and then that's a big part of why they cannot learn it. So you don't necessarily have a passion for math, but you have a passion for things that have a basic foundation in math. So it's tough. But you are trying to force yourself through it. Yeah, that's not too great. It would be better if you could find ways of absorbing the lessons in a more easy or simple way as well. But then we would need to find that way, right? Maybe by finding some YouTube classes. Have you been studying by your own, or have you been taking some classes? But you also have a lot of interest in science and technology, and you are always limited in your ability to understand science by your understanding of math. I have been using Khan Academy right now. Is that like a online course? But do they get, or does they get, wait, do they, right? Do they get videos with teachers and lessons, or is it just text and activities? Is there some sort of interaction? The issue is that the center of mass is to the left of the red joint. Yeah, this balloon is a little bit right? You don't know how to fix that? Yeah, if only this obstacle could do it without breaking the bridge. So you are discovering that your brain understands math very differently than other people. For example, I very recently learned what exactly pi is. And now that you know what pi actually is, it's the ratio of diameter and circumference. It makes it way easier for you to remember the formulas and stuff like that. Oh, so you kinda like to know how things work for you to uh, really learn the subject, right? Actually, that's the way to go. Like, if everybody could learn how everything works and like how things were created as well, how people came up with the formulas, their learning would be much better. But sometimes people just like throw a formula and then you need to memorize it, and then how did they get there? And then if you forget the formula, then rip, you don't know how people got to it. So yeah, for some subjects in math, it may be alright for you to get there without many problems, like to get to the formula and learning the concepts. But unfortunately, there are also some formulas that they do like a crazy. Uh, they go through a crazy path and hard path to learn in order for you to get to the formula. So those may take you a lot of time to really get. But I get what you're saying, that you learn things better when you understand what created them, right? What was the origin of them? And I do think that's the best way for you to learn, because once you understand it, you may not forget the path, right? But if you just memorize a formula, next week you may not know the formula anymore, probably. So your brain needs to have a practical application for things for you to memorize it. But you don't think most people think like that. Yeah, only if people really love math in general. So they never have to teach what pi actually is in school. Not deeply. Yeah, not deeply. So that's how your brain works for anything. You need to know an example, then you can understand it. But you went through 32 years of life, lots of math classes without anyone ever telling you what pi was actually representing. And that's crazy to you. We just had to memorize formulas with pi, correct. And it was way too abstract and maybe not too interesting as you don't really get why is it like that, right? Subaru is saying you can make a wooden structure under the red joint of the balloon for you to correctly align the hydraulics. I thought about that with the steel bars because they would be more resistant. But you wanted me to try with wooden bars, we can go for that. So a wooden structure, you mean... Oh yeah, right, I can kinda complete this, I think. No, never mind, I should not complete that. But how am I... Wait, where do I need to have the hydraulics for it to be centered? There, right? Oh yeah, what if we do it like this? Is this what you're saying, Subaru? Something like that? But honestly, we could make a connection in there too, right? Like we could make a connection like that to help this wooden structure to be stable. Actually, a connection, we could make an arc. Here comes craziness, but we are going for that. Now this looks like an octopus in my opinion. Kind of, Subaru? Riker, I think I would recommend you looking for some YouTube channels that teach math. I mean, they may not be, how can I say it? Um, they may not have everything you need to learn because I don't know which subjects you need to go through right now for you to learn it. But they may help you with some subjects. You have been all over the internet regarding that. There you go then. There are some, or at least I hope you can find some very interactive or funny or creative teachers on YouTube that are talking about those subjects. I know there are some in Brazil at least, but probably there are some like that in English too that won't just go for like a easy way for you to remember a formula. They will actually give you a good explanation of why that's that or why it works like that. I'm hoping now that Gabriel stops by and then he says what he always says, like, what double TF is this bridge now? This is a perfect double TF bridge for Gabriel. I have been getting better at finding things that explain things in a way that's easier for you to understand. There we go, man. And those are the best channels or the best content you can get. Like traditional school plus college atmospheres didn't work as well. Yeah, especially traditional schools, in my opinion. You're taking a backwards. Why am I saying backyard? A backwards path. You discovered the blog of this genius who writes about quantum computing and you started reading his book. Or you're trying to read it, but you definitely will learn something out of that lecture. Whenever understanding mathematical concepts is involved, you are lost. Yeah, little by little you'll be absorbing the subjects, right? The information. Not all at once, but little by little you start really building a like a map actually. Like you build a map of information regarding math on your brain, and you have learned a ton. There we go. You have become somewhat obsessed over the past month or so. It's so interesting. So you are enjoying math. You were saying that you're not like passionate, and then you are kind of forcing you to get it or to learn it. No, after saying that, I think you are really enjoying it. It may be hard sometimes because math is hard, but it's definitely interesting. It's just like this game. It's really hard, but it's still interesting. It's challenging, and things make sense little by little. Or if you just don't give up on trying it, you will find logic in here. Even if you need to build an octopus for for a level. So now that we have our boy octopus, what do we do? That's the center, isn't it? So now I just need to add two hydraulics like that, although they need to be longer. That's another problem. You dread the moments you have to pause and learn the math to understand the scientific concept. It's remind me of when I had some crazy thermodynamics classes in college, and even though most of the classes were just like what you said, like traditional school or high school, and here are the formulas and then learn this, or they go through the subjects very fast. The thermodynamics classes, they kind of changed myself a lot, because for example, when they were teaching me or talking about the entropy and how, is it the third law of thermodynamics? I think it is the third law of thermodynamics, the one that says that entropy always raises. I realized why I die, or why death is a thing, because it's pretty much our cells cannot being able to fight against entropy, and then we die. So once I had that crazy once I realized that crazy thought, I felt like, holy cow, this thermodynamics lesson is teaching me why I die or why everyone dies. It has something to do with that. So it's crazy when you start getting those subjects that are complex, and when you see that they do have their space in your life, or when you connect your real life or your life experience with those crazy scientific formulas or theories or information, I wouldn't say you are enjoying the math, but you are interested to understand the scientific concept. Most people get into this stuff because they are in love with math. Yeah, I agree with you about that. It was funny that we were arguing about that. Oh yeah, right? That was super crazy. That in English it's different. You were wrecking over your brain. Yeah, I still don't get it, to be honest, but that's okay. Like, entropy is a huge question mark, but on that class, I kind of felt like it's the reason why everyone dies or everything ceases to exist, right? Or everything changes pretty much, because disorder is the law of the universe. So your cells will not be able to duplicate themselves forever, like perfectly, and then mutation will start to happen. Your cells will get older, and then you will get old, and then you will die because of entropy. Yeah, why the universe was in a perfect entropy state at the Big Bang? About that, I will need to look deeper for that. But after the Big Bang, it's been only entropy. Or maybe I should say entropy raising, right? I mean, there are situations where it doesn't raise, but if you get the whole entropy of the world or the universe, it's raising. It's not decreasing. But there are situations where entropy doesn't raise. And that's funny because if I'm not mistaken, I can be wrong because it's been forever since I was into this entropy talk. But if I'm not mistaken, during the early years of your life, when you are a baby or when you are developing your human body, entropy is decreasing. Like it makes sense because of how the cells and the organs are organizing into yourself, right? But then after a certain age, you start to really get older, and entropy starts to increase more than the average in you, right? In yourself. I think that's something that goes on, but I would need to go back to the material where I read it or where I learned that. But it's something around those lines that not everything in the world or in the universe uh, decreases entropy, but the average of the universe, if you get everything that is in the universe and you check the entropy, what's going on with the entropy, then it tends to raise or it will raise. But some minor examples, if you have like a closed system or like a enclosured system, I'm not sure how to use those terms in physics in here right now in English, but some situations they can have a decrease of entropy, but not everything, you know. Anyway, but entropy is really interesting, even though it's super complicated. Vectors were a simple concept, but vector spaces and Hilbert spaces get really complicated, at least for you. I found, or I haven't found a good way to understand it yet. I will tell you that algebra was really hard when I studied that, but it requires mathematical foundations you don't quite have yet. The There are some very good books, Riker, that I remember reading them by the time I was into college. That they were pretty much connecting some of those scientific discoveries and math and physics and science with real life things. And those books were fantastic readings. There are many of them, but I would need to see how they are called in English. There is even this one that helped me to love or to start enjoying statistics because when I was in high school, I used to hate statistics. And then I read this book because I knew that I would be facing statistics in college. And I was like, I have no escape. I need to start enjoying this or I need to change my mind about it. And the book was fantastic. Um, Let me see if I find it. Yeah, I found it. And I even found one of my favorite books ever that connects math with real life things or daily life things. It is this one. It's by Casey Cole. And how is this called in English? Let me see. The Universe and the Teacup: The Mathematics of Truth and Beauty. This book is fantastic. I have even read it twice because it was really getting some math topics and connecting them to things of your normal life. So it's really amazing how math works in things that you have around you, and I think that many schools and universities, they should do something like this so people understand, like, why should I be learning this, or how is this going to change my life in a way. This book is amazing, by Casey Cole, and once again the title, it's The Universe and the Teacup. I even read the other book by her because I love this one so much that I went after her other work that was about physics. It was connecting physics to real life. It's the same idea, but I like this one more, about math. But the one that I was saying about statistics, it's this one, and it's by Leonard. I don't know this surname, but Leonard Dat Milodnov. Milodno. I think it's Russian. I'm not sure. And this book is called The Drunkard's Walk. Yeah, The Drunkard's Walk. And it's about statistics and crazy findings about statistics and your life as well, like normal life. Crazy things that statistics explain or explains about your daily life. That's a very good way for you to get more interest on those topics and on math and on science in general. I highly recommend you that because it really helped me through some things that I never really liked while I was learning them, back in the day. And then I had a great degree, or I had a great, not a great time, but like I had a great, not great. I could easily go through. Maybe that's better, even though it was not too easy, but I could have done, or I could do, right, I could do a better job on that statistics exam that I had in college, thanks to my bigger interest on statistics that I've gotten thanks to that book. So yeah, try looking for some books like that too, that connects science with real things, because they are really great. And those books that I mentioned, they are also very, I don't want to say basic, but they do not go too complicated. They have a very easy to digest language. So anyone could devour those books and still understand pretty much the ideas it's offering you. And they are really great. And then you get curious about those topics, and then that could be the fuel for you to go after the most complicated subjects as well. You think that's arbitrary? Humans exist within the system of the universe, which constantly is increasing its entropy. It is arbitrary, but the chances of things going wrong are massively higher than the chances of things to be organized, or I don't know, keep that pattern going on. The chances in the universe of things to get messy are greater and much greater than things to remain organized or in a regular state. That's why we also die, because when our cells are multiplying and copying themselves, it's possible for them to go bad, and then mutations happen, and then the cells get older, and there we go. But it's about statistics as well, right? It's hard for things to remain organized. So at the first moment, the Big Bang entropy was at zero in a perfect state. It depends on how you interpret the Big Bang as well, right? Because if we imagine the Big Bang as like everything was a single matter object, or like all the matter was one, if you think about that like that, then I agree, like everything was kind of organized. And then after the explosion rip, all the parts are moving around and expanding the universe and then colliding and dividing, and then it's a whole mess. I think Hilbert space is easy to understand on a fundamental level, but the math gets complicated. It's just like Euclidean space, but expanded beyond the three dimensions. But then you start reading something and then it looks like this. Um, we what? Okay, that's too hard for me to get at like this, right? Yeah, that's not very easy to understand. And that's just the introductory sentence. Yeah, man, math can go really complicated. You need to find ways of like making it more simple, right? Just like those books that I exemplified. We need more references or books or works that do that to people, so people can get interested and then go after math instead of the opposite, like, oh yes, I had to study math because it was I was kind of forced to study it at school, no, it's important for teachers to any subject actually to make their students curious enough so them can go after the subject instead of the opposite. So your brain starts spinning without the math understanding. Yeah, you have to scare it. Wait, you have to ignore it, like the scary math, or not be too depressed if you do not get it at first. Because maybe someday in the future, when you have more knowledge and if you go back to it, you will be able to get a better grasp of something you had no idea what they were talking about. But yeah, do not feel like frustrated if you do not get something at first, because it is indeed very heavy and complex. But it doesn't mean that you never learn it as well. You just need to keep going, and then little by little you'll be learning more and getting more things easily. And then maybe at some point you can go back to the beginning and then learn it more. Then you get what it's saying. It's just talking because wait, it's just talking about how they classify different Hilbert spaces based on the number of dimensions. Oh yeah, so they have those weird names that I don't even know how to pronounce them. But nothing is worded that simply. Oh, you know what? What if we also get rid of this split joint? We have like a loose elevator. No, that's very loose, right? Yeah, that's very, very loose. But let me keep testing this out. Yeah, I don't know how to even pronounce those words, man. I think this entire field of science was written by a guy who hated getting stuck with the Q in Scrabble. Is Scrabble? Which game is that one? It sounds like crosswords as well. Do I have another? No, I don't have another steel bar. But I wish I had one to add right there. Maybe that's even more important, isn't it? But then how am I expanding the sizes of those hydraulics? So it doesn't matter if you believe in the Big Bang or another theory, we do know through the laws of thermodynamics that at the beginning of the universe the entropy was at its lowest. I think so as well. And it's constantly increasing since then, yeah. But then it doesn't mean that everything in the universe is increasing the entropy. It means that um, the whole universe is increasing it, but some parts of it may be decreasing it, you know. But the chances of increasing it are higher than the ones that are decreasing it. So in this war, it's increasing more than decreasing. So from what? Wait. So from that, we do know that entropy was at its lowest state. So one of the biggest questions is why everything was in this perfectly organized state at the beginning. Yeah, that's one of the mysteries. There is entire massive theories designed around answering that question. I personally wanted to believe that it's the big crunch, but then I had a talk with some physics people or physics. Wait, how are the people who study physics called? Physicists? Maybe it's physicists. I had a talk about the big crunch with them, and they told me that the universe is actually still physicists. It's still expanding, and I used to want to believe that, oh yeah, the universe maybe it is still expanding, but at a lower rate. Nope, actually it's accelerating. So it's insane for me to think that the universe has been accelerating, and not only that, the way the universe is accelerating, it is faster than the speed of light. So that means that there are like things that happen in the universe that the light that's traveling from those areas of the universe, they will never get to us because the universe has been accelerating faster than that. If you compare the speed of two parts of the universe, you see that it's faster than light. So I probably could not explain it very well because I'm not a physicist. I'm just casual. But if you look for that, you see that information. So it's insane to think that there are parts in the universe where light is traveling that will never get to us. Like nobody will see how it is like that light will never get to us because the universe is going faster than that. It's something very weird that I have read about that. So it broke my beloved theory of like, oh yeah, the big crunch will happen someday and then all will become one. Like the dark holes, They will gather all of the matter, and then we will all become a single matter object, and then bang, it's going to explode again, you know? So it was like a cycle. But no, as the universe is not behaving like that, there goes my dream of the big crunch. I thought it was so beautiful and poetic to imagine a big crunch, and then to think that, oh yeah, the universe, it's sad that it's going to be destroyed by a big crunch, but it's going to be reborn like Phoenix in another Big Bang. Not anymore. Now I have no idea what the heck's going to happen to the universe because it's still expanding and it's going faster. Faster than the speed of light. So I cannot understand it at all. But I used to think of the Big Crunch because of my favorite movie, Mr. Nobody. Go check that out if you have never watched it. Don't feel bad for the photon, it experiences all time at once in the moment in which it's born. Dude, now you are giving me some mind blowns, like, what? And Yoda is saying, as Elon Musk said, the universe is a sim. Maybe it is. I don't know. I don't know what's going on in this universe. I want to believe there are more universes though. I want to believe in the multiverse. Because maybe there is one multiverse that has the big crunch that I always dreamed of. So yeah. But this universe of ours, I have no idea what's going on. So I believe this works, but it was contracting. So one of the leading guys behind multi-words theory is actually active on the internet. That's really helpful for people that are curious about it. He has his own podcast and he has been on Joe Rogan. I don't know that guy, but it's probably a good host that interviews people, I'm guessing. Twice? Which hydraulics plan is this one? I mean, I separated the elevator from the bridge, right? From the two sides of the bridge. And I was trying to make it go down, but... Wait, I didn't watch the Joe Rogan interview you linked me then? Was it regarding the aliens? I still haven't watched those. A really popular podcast host, millions of listeners. Yes, I have never heard of him. The Commander Favor interview, yeah, no, I still haven't checked those. So he does talk about many things then. If he's talking about aliens to multiverse. But Subaru, the thing in here, man, is that even if I can make this elevator stable, I will need more hydraulics to make it to go lower, right? I don't know where I'm connecting those hydraulics. Like there? Oh, wait a second, wait a second. This should be a little bit more vertical, right? Maybe that's what I'm doing wrong. Wait, it's mostly celebrities and MMA stuff that he interviews? But sometimes he gets science people, etc. Lots of politicians too. Yeah, Sabur, I realize that right now too, that this angle doesn't make sense, but then... Wait, what if I do this? But then I won't be using the balloon. He's just a really inquisitive guy who wants to learn all kinds of stuff. That's too heavy, right, with the truck. I mean, it's definitely a good source of variety information, but personally, I don't think I would like to be listening to celebrities or wrestling. I can pass on that. Welcome back from dinner, Electro. Did you have some cheese bread? This is the last one though. Let me put this on the fridge and also bring the plate to the kitchen. I'll be right back. This looks cool. I mean, it's like an octopus, but it's not as amazing as an octopus because it's not working properly. Your housemaid, wait, your housemate, right? Your housemate made steak and some potatoes and a tomato salad. That sounds really great. So Rogan is also a big stoner, and one of things the show is really well known for is that he offended Elon Musk. Oh wait, he guys, I cannot read. I cannot read English tonight. He offered, not offended. He offered Elon Musk a joint and he smoked it, and then his companies lost a bunch of value. No, don't worry, Riker. It's not your fault, man. It's me. I'm really reading or misreading things tonight. I'm trying to understand why. I mean, okay that he was doing something that is like debatable, but what does that have to his business, you know? Nothing, in my opinion. So people were crazy to. It's just because of his public image, but I would not leave. Yeah, I would not sell his stocks because of that, you know? Because in my opinion that did not bother his. I mean, unless people, oh, I will stop buying things from Elon Musk because he smokes weed. But to me it's dumb, like it was not a good reason for that. You're not a corporate stock trader guy, that's why. I mean, I'm not, but I have been studying a little bit of it. But yeah, I'm definitely not an expert. I would remain there because I don't think that's going to really, you know, ruin his business. Not completely, at least. Maybe it's just a phase, and then after some time, everybody will forget about that, and his stocks are going to increase again. It's actually a good opportunity for you to enter the market, I would say. You think it didn't? So it did. It causes stock values to fluctuate. I mean, yeah, it's just like some political situations as well. I understand, but from my point of view, I would not sell my stocks of him because of that. Because I would like to believe that smoking doesn't properly define his work, you know? But I understand people getting confused or worried or scared and then dropping the stock values of or the stock prices for his business. But personally speaking, I would probably invest more on his business. It sounds like an opportunity to me to raise my stocks, you know. Yeah, it's not that directly related. It's pretty much thanks to public image, like you said, but it's not stopping the factories. It's not like, you know, it's indirect, and then people are scared of it. Out of like so many things that could ruin a person, it was that day, that time, that show. And even if he were addicted, it doesn't mean that he does a bad work, you know. It's just controversial, but to me, it's not enough for me to be scared or afraid of what he was doing. Although, of course, it is business, so like, if everyone or the majority gets afraid of it, then it's going to decrease the stock value, but I would stay there and maybe invest more and see what happens. And then I can be effed up, of course. It's you never know what the future has to the stock market, so you can get bad, or you can make bad decisions, but you hope that they were good ones. It can happen, but in my opinion, that would not be enough for me to change my strategy. Yeah, exactly. To me, he will still be successful because it was an event, it was that day on that interview, and then maybe things are overreacting in general, like people are overreacting, media is overreacting. But I still think he's going to still be successful and rich, and his business is still strong, or it's going to be strong. Not enough to me. But the argument is that it's irresponsible for the current stock values who purchase stock with faith in Elon to not do things that would lower the value of of their investment. And then there is the question: do you think that he did it because he like was planning to do it, or do you think it just happened? I'm getting the impression it just happened. Like maybe he was not considering the consequences and the impacts. I don't think he did it like necessarily on purpose, you know, or he really wanted to do it. I think the situation made him do it, and that's why I don't blame him. Although I don't know him that much, so maybe he did it to be controversial as well. He has done worse things. Okay, so maybe I would not start investing on him at first. I honestly do not know a lot about him. The only thing I know is that he has that company that works with NASA, and then they recently launched a rocket, and then he had a crazy kid that has a name that nobody can pronounce it. He once said that his stocks were too cheap and that he was going to buy it all back. It is strange, yeah. You think he got sued pretty hard thanks to that? Some companies can buy their stocks back, but not everything for sure. Maybe it is possible, but it's weird. Really weird. You can't say that though? I can't say what? That's massive stock value manipulation. Oh, he was saying it to. Oh, yeah, he was saying it to like drop the prices. Yeah, yeah, it's going to scare everybody, and then yeah, that's true. He could be sued for that. Increases the prices? Wait, what? Oh, so okay, I get it now. So if he's saying that he's buying it, maybe he's buying it regardless, right? So you can increase the prices of that, and then he's buying it back. I get it now. I just thought that people were scared of like the company and the business breaking, or um, they pretty much the stocks stopping to be a thing, and then they would be getting rid of it. I see. because they were hoping him to really buy them, right? As he said that he would buy them. Okay, that was really weird for him to say. Yeah, exactly. I think he's careless then. Like he does and says things maybe without thinking um, of the consequences. He was just blabbering on Twitter. Didn't really mean anything, but you can't just say something like that when you are the CEO of a huge company. Unfortunately, man, we do have some people in charge, in power, and in like big responsibilities for people or for the population or even for the world. And they do say those things in social media. They say it anywhere on TV, on the newspaper, on magazines. I'm a bit surprised it's Elon Musk because I thought he was someone different than what you're telling me, although I never really went after who the heck was him. But some people do that on social media, right, Mr. President? And the son of the president of Brazil? He had to pay a 20 million fine for that tweet. And he said it was worth it. Okay, he's insane. What? Yeah, after what you are telling me, I would not invest on his business. If he's that controversial, I prefer something more stable, more normal, more predictable. Not risking my money on that. I'm not even risking my money on the stock market per se because I prefer the REITs, right? The real estate investment trusts. That's what I'm doing at present time. He's a capitalist. His parents got rich off blood diamonds. Okay, his story is more messed up than what I used to think. Okay, so now it kind of worked, but we need to increase the hydraulics, right? But I'm okay. There is a big problem here. Do you know what's the big problem? Okay, I have a. I don't know what to do anymore. Because imagine that the truck goes down and then the van gets to the top of the elevator. My structure will never resist the weight of the truck plus the van on it. This right here, this will never resist them both on a single structure. By the way, why am I getting a Steam message in here? Steam? Computer? Riker! Man, what the heck are you doing, man? You are gifting me something right now? I can't see it because it's all black, but is it Polybridge 2 by any chance? If I need to guess, I'm expecting it to be Polybridge 2. But I'm no way playing Polybridge 2 right after this one. I'll need a break. I read that Elon was co-owner of PayPal and got scammed by someone more evil. You guys are destroying the famous names that I used to only hear about, but not really know much about them, like PayPal, Elon Musk. Please don't ruin the image I have of PayPal on my mind. Don't tell me shady stories about PayPal. Elon Musk is fine because I don't care, but not PayPal. I like PayPal. Um, he has developed a cult. Okay, I'm done. I'm done with Elon Musk, guys. Riker has gifted me freaking Polybridge too. Are you kidding me? Oh Jesus. But we are not playing this after this one. No way. But thank you so much, man. This week, you gifted me the freaking Itch.io bundle for the 1,600 plus games, and then those funds will be helping the racial justice plus equality. So thank you for that, and I'll thank you for this too. I really appreciate it, man. But this one, don't expect me to start it this soon, or we'll never be playing JRPGs anytime soon as well, right? Oh, by the way, Recker, speaking about games though, Boffer Chip, I appreciate it, man. I did buy one game this week that I hope that I have told you about that game. It's called Cosmic Star Heroine. Have you heard of it? I saw that was on sale on the summer sale in Steam or on Steam, and as it is a game that I have heard that gets some Chrono Trigger inspirations, and as it had a very good offer for us here in Brazil at least, it was like 90% off. And I do miss playing Chrono Trigger and Chrono Cross a little bit. I was thinking, you know what? I'm getting this game, and after I'm done with Polybridge and the next RPG, which is Digimon World, I will consider playing this Cosmic Star Heroine to see if I will get some Chrono Trigger flashbacks. But yes, if I have never told you about Cosmic Star Heroine, definitely check that game out because it does seem to have some things of Chrono Trigger going on. And also Fantasy Star. Fantasy Star for the Genesis, right? But yeah, you told me about um, Lina's Inception that I even recommended to people yesterday on stream because I learned about that game thanks to you. That's like a Zelda, A Link to the Past clone or a game like it. And then I'm telling you about this one that seems to be a Chrono Trigger clone as well. So PayPal is Omega shady, but you have to use it too, unfortunately. Okay, that's so much conspiracy to me for one single day, but I do need to use PayPal because so far I still like it, but now I'm scared. It's not like a real cult, we're just describing how some people see him. Yes, Electro, now we got Polybridge 2 thanks to Riker right there. I'm thankful, but I'm also worried about it. Although, Electro, you kinda spoiled yourself on Polybridge 2 a little bit by watching other people playing it, so hopefully you help me out through that game, right, when the time comes. But I'm a bit scared. Let's focus on this one first, and then worry for later problems in another time. You're looking forward to play or to get Sea of Stars for the next Chrono Trigger-esque game? I haven't heard of that, but you have talked about it in here. Is it on Steam? Have you already checked or played Lina's Inception? Yeah, I knew you wanted to try it, but have you actually tried it already? Oh, Yoda has tried Phantasy Star Online too, that was recently released in the Windows Store. And you want to install the game after 15 minutes? Why? Why, man? I heard it's very hard. The Phantasy Star, at least the original one, right? The first one. It's really brutal regarding the amount of grinding you need to go through. Scap has streamed it recently, and he was struggling a lot. So Sea of Stars is an RPG being made by the developers of The Messenger. The composer of Chrono Trigger and Xenogears is working on it with them. It was the first game you ever backed on Kickstarters. I think I'm getting some memories of you telling me that. You are hoping it's good, but you are always skeptical of new RPGs. Is it on Steam? Because then I can add it to my wish list. You are debating if you get Polybridge, whether you should get one or two. It depends. It is on Steam? Okay, let me see if I have it added to my wish list already. Probably not. I'm not sure, Electro. But one thing I expect to happen, I think Polybridge 1 will get on sale at some point. Sooner than Polybridge 2, so if you are desperate to play a Polybridge game like today, I will tell you to go for the second one because I believe that not too long after today, Polybridge 1 will drop its price and then you can get it too, if that makes any sense to you. But then Polybridge 2 I expected to get many months before dropping its price. So if you are like wanting to get a Polybridge game right now, I would go for the second one. Wait, that's interesting. For some reason, I could not find the game that Riker sent me because it's not available on my region. Let me try searching for it on the Steam platform actually. So let me open my Steam browser here. Hopefully it's not going to make my computer very crazy or slow. Also, by the way, this is the last level of the night. I'll keep playing it and trying to get closer to the solution. But even if I beat it, I will not be playing another level because first we were struggling with the first level of the night, and then this one is somewhat complicated as well. So this is the last level for the night, regardless we beat it or not. Let me go to the store. So Sea of Stars. Wait, I can only find the... Is it called Infinite Space 3 Sea of Stars? That's the only game I found. I don't think it's that. Is it that? It looks like a space... a space game that has nothing to do with JRPGs. So that's crazy, it's not available on Brazil it seems. Oh, it is not out yet? Yeah, but I was expecting a page in there. Subway is saying Brazil getting excluded. Dude, I do want to play Portal Bridge Constructor a lot. It's the first one that I got curious about, so I'll definitely play it for sure. The second one looked like it had some cool new elements. Electro has been liking what he has seen too. You gotta go soon. You need to work tomorrow, right, man? That's okay. You must go to be a good slave so you're allowed to survive. Don't think it like that, man. Interesting that I could not see the page in here though. It's not available on your region. But Sea of Stars, let me know when it gets to... when it gets like a page on Steam for you to add it to your wish list. Or does it have it in English already? But remind me later to keep track of it, because now I couldn't add it to my wish list. You can, but not in here though. Yeah, you see? Why is Steam doing that? It is weird indeed. But did you guys get what I said about the problem of my elevator? I have the feeling I'll need to make some major changes in here. And some of those changes may involve the steel bars on the elevator because I'll need them. Did you answer me regarding Lina's Inception? No, you still haven't. I don't know if you have started it. But it is amazing. Mitsuda still looks like his... Oh yes, I was asking you if you have started playing Lina's Inception or if you are still waiting for later to start it. Oh, you still haven't started? Alright. Mitsuda still looks like he's 20. How old is he? I'm guessing 50 plus years old? Oh yeah, and then after I told people about Lina's Inception, thanks to you, I remember this other Zelda-like game that was for Sega Genesis, and it was pretty much Sega's Zelda game, right? Maybe to compete with A Link to the Past. It's called Crusader of Senti. Have you ever heard of Crusader of Senti? I'm super curious about that game for Sega Genesis. And Scap even mentioned another one. It's called... I added today to my wish list on Steam yesterday. How is it called? It's on my notes. Blossom Tales. Have you heard of Blossom Tales, Riker? It's another A Link to the Past like game that Scap has been playing as well. So Blossom Tales and Crusader of Senti. This Crusader of Senti I'm definitely going to play because I liked what I have seen some months ago about it, but I completely forgot to ask people if they have heard of it. He has made music for games you played when you were like 6. But if he's 48, he's not too bad. I was giving him even more years than that. You were very excited to play those games. You never had any Sega system, so you're going to get a Mega SG. Is that like an Everdrive for Genesis? Definitely play this one, Crusader of Senti, because it seems to be like a Zelda game. There we go, so you know about it. Yeah, there we go, man. According to the video that told me about it, it's a fantastic game that it's somewhat not well known or people do not talk about it. But there is a sad coincidence though about this game. The sad coincidence is that the main character is called Corona. Yeah, I don't know what happened for him to be called Corona. So this may be not like the best happy time for us to be playing a game with someone called Corona. But besides that, the game looks great. So Mega SG is better, it's like a whole FPGA console. As soon as the Super NT is on sale, it's like for the Super NES, you are going to buy that plus the Mega SG. It sounds like a full HD version of Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis. Wait, it plays... Oh, speaking about that, did you see the Alex Kidd remake? I was super happy for that, because it was one of the first video games I have played even though I have never beaten it, and I will beat it someday hopefully. But yes, they freaking resurrected Alex Kidd this week. I forgot to mention that. Who in here has played Alex Kidd and has beaten it? I need to go back to that game so much. It was so out of nowhere, those news, you know. It is a recreation of the original systems using a FPGA chip. that emulates the systems on a hardware level. But it does have the, oh my god, there we go, it has HDMI output. They are great consoles. I need to play more of them too. I did have a Sega Genesis, it was my first console, but I haven't played many games on it. I played some Bomberman, Sonic, I played Mortal Kombat 3, an Animaniacs game, a Garfield game. I don't know if I played the Tiny Toons ones. The Jungle Books game as well, because I had it. But yes, I need to play many Genesis games, especially Toe Jam and Earl as well. That's a game that I always wanted to play, Toe Jam and Earl. Oh yes, Golden Axe, but I was horrible on Golden Axe. And then the Master System, that's another one that I need to play more. I played Alex Kidd, the Sonic pinball game. I need to play Wonder Boy as well, it's a classic. Oh my god, this may actually work right here. Can I get some hopes? Wait, what happened? It's not stable, right? Yes, I missed. You missed out many Sega line of games. Me too, man. I really want to play through them. Wonder Boy in Monster World is one of the first games you want to play. I want to play that one in particular because there is a Brazilian version of it. Like, there is this famous Brazilian comic books in here that when they were releasing the Sega Genesis in Brazil, they promoted the console by offering this game that was pretty much Wonder Boy, but with different skins that matched this famous comic books, or this famous Brazilian comic book, right? And many people, many friends of mine have played it, but I haven't, even though I had the Sega Genesis. So I'm especially curious about Wonder Boy because of that, because I know the friends that I know that had the Sega Genesis, they played it and they loved it. So what about this? This started like an octopus. Now it looks more like a crab to me. Nope, but is it because of... No, it's not because of split joints, because there are no split joints. Why is it breaking? It could be a cat as well, yeah. I just thought on a crab because of the sides of it, but the head is like a cat. Unless you are looking at a crab like from a front view, and then those right there are his eyes, you know? A cat crab? It could be. Yeah, it could be a crab like body with a cat head. But even though this operates right, I don't think it's going to do it because of the weight of the second car on top of that elevator. This is not going to resist it. But Subaru, Electro, and Riker, and whoever is in here still, maybe Yoda. Do you think this is the strategy for us to be going? Because honestly, I could not think on any other different strategy here. This is what made the most sense to me. Although the structure is not good, right? I could be overthinking. Subaru is saying it's the same issue plus the same problem. You are still wondering about my hydraulics positions? Give it whiskers? There, maybe? Oh, it's too far? Wait. And then I cannot give him more whiskers because of the budget. Let's think about this a little bit more. Oh wait, maybe it is breaking because of this, right? Wait, is it connected to the wooden parts? It's not, right? Okay, so it was not connected. Yeah, it's this structure that's completely irregular. I will restart this level. I will save this because I did like the crab cat, but I will restart it. When Sabro said it's still the same problem, the same issue, I think he's referring to the structure. And I believe he's right. But maybe the idea is good. The other way around would be making the van to jump, but then I was struggling on how the truck would still get to his flag after the van jumps. I could not solve that. But okay, let's refresh this. a second, what if it is the opposite? Do you think it is easier for us to lift the truck instead of lowering it? Because maybe by lifting it, it's better for us to support the elevator. I will try lifting it this time. So I could save some iron bars by adding ropes this time. That's good. I could try going for cables too. Oh wait, that was worse than the previous attempt. Okay, so I can save some steel bars by doing this. So if I'm lifting that, no, this is wrong. It's the opposite. But I will also have steel bars on top for the hydraulics, right? Wait, before making this change, one, yeah, this is one. Wait a second. No, no, no. No, it is one, yes. But this right here is two and this is two, right? No, this is one and this is two. Yeah. what about this? This is still loose, right? So I can do this maybe? I mean, it looks good. Much better than attempt 1, right? Oh wait, split joint? I think I'll need to make some yes, I need to connect that, right? Or are the numbers wrong for some reason? It's breaking this right here. I'm not sure why, but sure. Yeah, why is it breaking that? You think it is because of the numbers? I was thinking it was because of the rope, but the numbers make more sense though. That number 2 right there? It's this, right? I think it is that, but this is not strong enough still. Hey Ritsuru, what's up, man? How are you? I have my focus face on. Yeah, this level, it is really different. As you can see, I'm trying to go for a double deck elevator. And this is attempt 2, so it's looking more organized and looking better as well. But I don't know why it's not working. Wait, thank you so much, man. Thank you so much for... Wait, never mind. What? Wait, why is my chat breaking now? Guys, my chat broke. And it broke in a way that I even thought that... Wait. Am I still online? I don't know what's happening on my chat now. Okay, I think I'm back. But my chat's weird now. It looks nice, it does, right? The the first attempt was completely messy. No, never mind, my chat's breaking again. What the heck? Man, my chat's like messing up with the symbols and badges. I think maybe like a connection issue. It's like breaking the images, you know, when the images they do not show. Yeah, it may be a connection issue on my internet, I think. Now it's back to normal, but if you message again, maybe it's going to show the broken images again. I'm not sure. But it's... yeah, it was weird on my chat now. But thank goodness I'm still on and it's just my chat being weird. But yeah, this looks more organized. But I don't get it, like it's still breaking the left side structure. No, you did not do it, of course. And now it's normal. Yeah, there we go. It did not break the sub image and the cheer image as well. But it was like giving me the messages, you know, and the images were not showing on. But now it's normal again. I think it's also because of my computer and this game that has been going on for 6 hours. Maybe my computer is like getting tired of everything. It happens. But now it's back to normal, man. Subaru, what am I doing wrong? I still can't see it. You think it's still the numbers? I was thinking about the wave, right? Wait, now it may be the numbers. Because it broke right on the center. And now that I need to see it, my computer gets slower. Oh, Ritsuru, thank you so much, man, for the bits. I was actually thinking that you were donating bits earlier when the chat broke everything, because it gave me the broken image and the broken description of the images. So I was like, wait, what's happening? But no, it was the broken sub badges and bit badge that I got confused. But thank you so much, man, for the bit donation. Sabri is saying, wait, the iron bars were supposed to be part of the structure or of the elevator. So yes, they were supposed to be part of the structure. At least the ones on the top. They do not need to be lifted, you know. That's why I was trying to give them different numbers. But then it didn't work. So I was like, okay, let's give them the same numbers, and now it's also not working. But I was giving these bars the same numbers as the outside bridges, you know, like this is 2 and this is 1. So I'm pretty much moving those inner structures and those 2 steel bars because they are part of the elevator. But it still doesn't work. I mean, now it worked. There we go. There we go. That's what I wanted to do. We are lifting the freaking Triforce elevator in here. And Ritsuru, thank you so much, man, for gifting a sub to Subaru, our most active viewer of this channel. Thank you so much, man. But there we go. We could finally move this elevator in a right way, but it was not high enough. Damn it! But we can, wait, we can increase that. We can increase that. 50%. Computer. Oh, by the way, Ritsuru, I have happy slash slash sad news maybe. Earlier today, Riker gifted me Polybridge 2. But don't worry, I don't think I'll be jumping into Polybridge 2 after this game. I need a break. But I'm not sure if you have been like really enjoying this game. But Polybridge 2 will be a thing at some point. Because now we got it. But don't worry, I'll be jumping into other games after this one because I do need to take a break. Also because this game has been crazy long, right? But hopefully when that day comes of Polybridge 2, we will be using our learnings in here. It won't be that bad. The mechanics will work better. But I'm still worried and concerned that I'm going to be dead. But that's fine. It's a future problem, not today, that I'll be worrying about it. Now let's finish this one, right? So now we told the hydraulics to expand more. Or actually contract more. So let's see if it's going to lift it higher. Yeah, man, Polybridge 2 is coming. I'm dead. Okay, okay, go higher, please. That was not high enough. But even though we are struggling in here a little bit, I'm loving this level because it is different. Like doing this crazy elevator to work, that's quite a thing. But yeah, that was not high enough. Wait, but I wanna see it still. Can the van not break the elevator? It will break because it's going to fall on it, right? But I'm curious to see if this elevator can support the truck and the van. Yeah, because it's falling, it won't be resisting it. But I'm very curious about that. Wait, what if I increase the hydraulics by decreasing those supports right there? Do it again. Yeah, Subaru, wait, do you mean the... Oh, good call. Okay, okay, I will do what you said. I mean, what I did also worked, I think. Oh, wait, maybe... No, it did work, right? Because if the hydraulics are longer, they will also contract more because it's percentage related, right? Okay, but what you are saying is for me to decrease this, right? Yeah, we can shorten that exactly. Let's see if that's going to to really fit on the two sides of the bridge. One inch more, right? But then after this is done, there is also the issue that I'm really concerned about. That is if this structure will be able to support both the truck and the van. I don't know if it can handle both. Yeah, Subaru was also suggesting that, but you guys could see it faster than me. Maybe it will work. How's the stress? The stress is not bad, although it's moving. No, come on. Okay. It does hold the van, so that's not a problem. But it's hitting the other side. If we can make it like perfectly fit, it's going to work. Although now my computer is struggling at every second, right? Come on, computer. We are almost there. But again, this level has been fantastic. Even if this was hard, it's very different, you know? It's like to see it working. Or it's good to see it working. And I didn't see it working, right? Something else happened here this time. What happened here this time? I wanna see it, come on. It broke something else. That maybe? It is swinging a lot. But believe me, this was the best we could do, like regarding stabilizing those two hydraulics. Because that balloon, it's not on the center of the elevator, you know. So the swinging was not important for the van, because the van can go through the swinging easily. The problem is getting to the second side, the left side. We did it! There we go. The Triforce elevator worked. Come on, go down slowly. No panic. Imagine if it breaks this side of the bridge now. Come on, no, don't do that. Truck. Imagine you are on Euro Truck Simulator and then you can travel safe to the flag. Come on. The suspense is killing me. It's moving, there we go. Don't break that. Okay, I think we did it, guys. Right? Yeah, there we go. There is no way this is breaking anymore. We are good. It's like at 30%. We did it. There we go. Thanks for the help, Ritsuru and Subaru. This level was not like obvious, but thank goodness the strategy worked. And I will see what's next, but probably I will leave it for next weekend. You would be cautious too on a first run. Isn't it crazy? Like, it's not trustworthy for you to be on that swinging elevator at all. But thank goodness it did not break, right? Oh my god! Are you kidding me? This was indeed under budget. Dude! This was super GG. But I'm still like, what? I used many of those steel bars in here, so how we are still under budget? Like, I mean, it's super close to the budget, but still. And then what's this? Water under the bridge. Oh, by the way, do you remember last weekend? Maybe you don't remember, but last weekend there was a talk about how some bridges in real life scare me or scare the heck of me, especially when I used to be a kid, but not necessarily because there is a bridge in Rio that it unsettles me. I kept thinking about that. I wanted to understand why do some bridges scare me. This level is a good reason why. Because I realized that both the bridge that is on my hometown and the bridge that is in Rio that I don't like to cross it or to think about crossing it, I realized that both of those bridges, they are kind of short bridges, so they are very close to the water level. I believe that may be what makes me feel worried about those bridges or scared of them, even though they may be safe or like not scary to people. But the thing they have in common is that they are indeed short, like they are not too far from the water. They're not tall bridges. So maybe my unconsciousness bugs about that it's close to water. Bridges used to scare you when you were a kid too, Ritsuru? Yeah, there is this neighborhood in my hometown that it's more like a fancy neighborhood, like where some people with some money they live in there. But the only way for you to get to that neighborhood, it's actually an island, is by crossing this one bridge. And it also has like it's like a marsh. It has a marsh area that has many crabs and animals or creatures. And I remember this day that my school wanted to make a school trip to this neighborhood for us to check the animals and the crabs and those animals that live in there. But this bridge it's short and very close to the water level, and I always felt unsettled by it. And then I was also thinking that maybe it was because the entrance of that neighborhood and also the entrance of that bridge was kind of dark because of the trees around it. But now I got to the conclusion that it's not because it was dark. I think it's because it's close to the water level. Since in Rio there is another bridge that's like long but short, that I feel unsettled about it. I know it's safe, I know it's an okay bridge, but I think it's because it's close to the water level, so it makes me think that I'm going to fall on the water. But it's not like a direct thought, it's something that may happen on my unconsciousness. So I do know those two bridges that I don't like at all. I try to avoid them. Go on another way to wherever I need to whenever wait, wherever, right? To wherever I need to get, I find another path to get there. Like this one in Rio, there are other roads or there are other paths that I could go or take to get to the same spot. But I totally avoid those bridges. Like I don't like them, even today. And I never really understood why was I scared of those bridges. Fisherman's Horizon Bridge? No, 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 Joe Dancing. I do like the Fisherman's Horizon Bridge. It is tall and it is super long. It is like 14 kilometers long. That's its length. I don't mind it. I don't mind it because it's far from the water level. It's super tall. But the short bridges are the ones that get me, I think. Either that or the bridges that are over a muddy water river. Yeah, there is also this one bridge that every time my parents and I, or maybe I should say my family, every time we use it to travel by car to the northeast region where my grandparents lived and my uncles and aunts and cousins, like the rest of my family, but my parents and my sister, we use it to travel there by car, and it's like a 2 days and a half car trip, right? Of course, with stopping. We stopped at some cities to sleep and everything. But in that trip, when we were crossing this city, in a neighboring state of Rio, in the next one closest to the northeast region, there is this city that has this river that's all muddy water, and I always used to feel like unsettled by that bridge, but then I don't know exactly why. But definitely, I got more used to this one that I just mentioned than the ones I previously mentioned, especially last weekend. Because this one I kind of crossed it many times now that my parents and me we traveled uh, a couple times to the northeast region. But the one in my neighborhood, wait, the one in my hometown and the one in Rio, I still don't like them at all, and I think it's because they are close to the water level. Wait, it is over 8.5 miles. It is a long bridge. It used to be the longest bridge in America, but not anymore because I think there are two longer bridges in the US. But maybe my information is not accurate because it's been a while since I checked that. But I believe this bridge is the longest one in Latin America, at least. But in the US, there are two longer bridges than this one, at least. And then in the world, China has the longest one, if I'm not mistaken. But I do love the Fisherman's Horizon Bridge, Joe Dancing. You're curious now? Let me know if you find some statistics about those bridges. But this level in here, what the heck is going on? I will not be playing it. It's water under the bridge. Oh, because we need to go down there? You see, we need to get to the water level. What? Are you guys seeing this? There is only one red joint on the balloon. And that's all. How? This level sucks. Sucks hard. There is one in southern Louisiana that is... Whoa, what? It's like more than the double. It's almost the three times, right? It's like three times longer than the one here. Yeah, it's like three times longer than the one here. That's insane. Let me Google it too. I wanna see it. Electro, I don't know what to do here, man. One red joint. The car needs to go to the water level. There is the ship crossing. We dead. I have never even heard of it. I don't know the bridge's name, but I knew there were some longer bridges in the US. Uh, Bridge, Louisiana. Whoa, wait, what? Wait, this is in Louisiana? Are you kidding me? Okay, and this looks like a very short bridge, so I would be so scared of that. At least the bridging here in Rio, it kinda goes high and then it drops. It has like a curve, it's an arc actually. This one is like a straight road close to the water, I'm dead. And like there is nothing next to it. It's like only the water and the sky. Whoever is crossing this may feel like it's floating, right? The one in Rio, you can see the mountains, the cities, you can see so many things. Man, Joe dancing, this bridge is insane, and it is indeed close to the water. Look at this. It's so damn close to the water. And it's also two bridges, one next to the other. You want me to take a look at the picture? Sure, man. That you hated while you were growing up? It is like what I was describing. Oh wait, it moves a lot? Okay, the ones I described did not move a lot though. Actually, the one Joe Dancing guessed to be my scared bridge, the one that she was saying that's like the Fisherman's Horizon bridge from Final Fantasy VIII, that one kinda moves a little bit, especially on wind days, of course. But I'm not scared of it. I actually love it because it does help people to commute between my city and Rio. Otherwise, we would need to take like a crazy detour and get to Rio. But let me see the one you sent me. You think it might be my nightmare bridge? It's called Lake Pontchartrain Causeway. That's a very interesting name. But it's beautiful on the picture. But I would feel unsettled if I were crossing it. Why there isn't like anything around it? Like trees, nature, is it it is only water. Why does Louisiana has Wait, why does it have, right? Why does Louisiana have a crazy lake or bay or whatever that water bank is in there? I'm like, what? But it is beautiful on the pictures. And maybe in real life as well, but I will feel unsettled if I need to cross it. A little bit at least. It's like a mix of the bridges I'm scared of and the bridge that I love that's long and um wait, although it is kind of plain, right? The one that I love, it goes up and then it has a curve. But I can still think it's like a mix of both because it has the extension or the length of the one that I love, but has the characteristics of the ones that I'm scared of. But I still think I would prefer crossing this long one because I think it's beautiful, at least on the pictures, than my childhood nightmare bridge, right? And the one in Rio that I don't like at all. The other one. I'm kinda scared to see this bridge, Oritsuru, but let's check it out. Oh my god! Yeah, man, it is close to the water level. It looks old. And you know what's funny? It reminds me of the bridge that's close to the one that I don't like in my hometown, but it's not the one that I'm afraid of. But it looks close to the other one that's next to it. Wait, is that hydraulics? Is that what I'm seeing right there? Does it have hydraulics? Now that I have been playing Polybridge, I will see hydraulics everywhere, right? Are those hydraulics right there? Maybe that's why it moves? At least they have something that looks like a... it looks like one of those um, lifeguard posts. I mean, am I saying it right? You know where the lifeguard people stay at? It has a cute little house or little kiosk maybe, That could be lifeguards for whoever is crossing this bridge. But are those hydraulics? It looks like hydraulics to me. Maybe I'm seeing too much poly bridge in my life now. But another thing that's a bit different from your bridge than the ones that I'm scared of is that this bridge of yours, it's very long. The one in my hometown is super short, and the one in Rio is also quite short. It may not take you, I don't know, 15 seconds for you to cross it, maybe? It's super short. You don't like heights to dancing, you know what? As I grew up older, I also stopped like liking the heights or feeling alright with heights, you know? So the higher up the bridge, the more scared you would be. It's the Royal Gorge Bridge in Colorado. It's your nightmare bridge. Let me Google that. I started to feel vertigo as I was growing up and getting older. So every time I'm in a high place, I do not get very close to the edges of it, right? Because I don't trust myself. And I don't trust my vertigo. And I don't trust those people that take pictures on the edges of mountains and on the edges of places. Nope. Colorado Royal Gorge Bridge. But I want an answer for why Louisiana has that water bank. What the heck is that? Joe Dancing, is this a strategy for you to make me not want to visit Colorado? Because Colorado is actually one of the top states I want to visit someday when I go to the US. Not anymore though, because what? Pictures say more than words, right? So look at that. Feel, feels. Does it feel great for you to cross that? Feeling good to cross it? Because I'm not. I mean, it's beautiful on the picture, but don't ask me to go there. Please don't. Jesus. This person, whoever made this bridge, this person is the developer of the Poly Bridge games. You can look for that, I'm sure of it. Are you freaking kidding me? But this is also, you know, that spark of hope that we need in here. If a bridge like this can exist in real life, and it's stable or somewhat safe, we can go all nuts on this game that it may be possible. Because if this is possible, we can make our dreams to come true in Polybridge. So this is also freeing. It's open-minding. But yeah, this bridge right here instantly is scared of it. Like, it goes to the list with all of the privileges it deserves. Like, it skips other bridges in my list. It's a big no, thanks, next, right? Because I'm not crossing that bridge. No, it's not happening. I would prefer, I don't know, traveling by airplane over it than crossing it, please. And welcome, Gabriel. What's up, man? So that's a good question. Louisiana is pretty low sea level, I believe. What the heck is that water bank? It's kind of a simple bridge, but it's built so that it moves a bit with the water. It does have the hydraulics. Another reason why I don't like that bridge, Oritsuru. I believe it's the hydraulics that makes it unstable. At least that's what I'm learning from this game right here. That little house is where they control the hydraulics. Oh. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, or maybe it's because Joe Dancy mentioned the Fisherman's Horizon, but why does that house or that little house also remind me of the one in the Fisherman's Horizon bridge, right? But probably it's different. So it started later in life for you as well, the vertigo? Yeah, right? I used to go through some trails and mountain climbing. I mean, not like climbing the rocks, but like doing the trails over the mountains so I could get to some spots in Rio, like without major problems. But then the more I was doing it and the more I was aging, the more vertigo and scared I was getting. And then I was like, you know what, maybe I should stop or just go to the easy ones. But yes, I noticed that I was getting some vertigo. Yeah, Colorado is beautiful. It's one of the places I want to visit the most, but definitely I will not add that bridge to my list. So the Mississippi River goes through Louisiana. Could that be the Mississippi River? Or it sort of went the other way? He used to get bad vertigo as a kid, but he kind of grew out of it. What happened to me was regarding sinus infection. I can't believe I remembered how to say that in English, man. That was a good vocabulary for me to remember. When I was a kid, I used to have like a lot of sinus infection. And then when I grew up, I finally could defeat it. And then it's not part of my life anymore, thank goodness, because it sucks. But the vertigo happened to me just like Joe dancing. I even had a job during installations on some towers. There you go, Ritsuru, you overcame your fears, man. Utah has a lot of good national parks. The Great Canyon is where? Is it in Utah? Maybe it is in Utah, right? The Great Canyon. Gabriel has just finished the weekly Dungeons and Dragons session, right? Dungeons and Dragons, that's correct, right? It's been a while since I tried to say what D&D means. It is Dungeons and Dragons. He's making them a face of. Oh, by the way, did you tell Joe Dancing what you have done? You haven't told Joe Dancing, right? So tell Joe Dancing what you have done on your old and previous Dungeons and Dragons session. You told me, but not Joe Dancing. You were making them a face, a Pisca demon. I believe it's like a fish demon. And two Hydra demons. I appreciate the hydraulic demons in there because it is very accurate. But for cliffhanger's sake, the fight will only start next week. It is like a lake? It's a massive lake then. The Mississippi River is very long and it flows right into the Gulf of Mexico, which is pretty cool. The Arches National Park. I can Google the names to see them. Is it scarier than the bridges I have just seen? Utah has the Bryce Canyon, the Zion. Zion? The Zion is like from the Matrix, isn't it? The Arches and others. Yeah, Gabriel needs to tell Joe Dancing what happened in his Dungeons and Dragons session. You would love to visit Zion? To me, Zion is from the Matrix. Oh, by the way, if anyone is in here thanks to Polybridge, I'm sorry, but I'm not playing this awful level right now. I'm here just chatting, okay? I appreciate you being here for Polybridge, but not today. Only next week or next weekend. This right here looks brutal. I overcame some horrible hydraulic levels tonight. We are talking about traumatic bridges? I'm not ready for this. I'm just chatting here. It's the Zion National Park. But was I wrong about the... Oh, wait a second. The Great Canyon is in Nevada, isn't it? Or was it in Utah actually? It's one of those two. If I had to guess, it is in one of those two. Utah or Nevada, right? Okay, this Zion National Park looks amazing. Those are the creatures. Let me see on my phone. It's like that creature, Cthulhu, that no one knows how to pronounce it. And then the other one is a Hydro Demon. It's like how is this called in English? M Amphi. I don't know how to say it. The group of frogs. Like frogs are these group of animals. Amphi something and phi. I don't know. It's not a reptile. It's not a fish. It's not a bird. It's an amphi something. Amphi what? Oh wait, I did get it right. There we go. Amphibian, maybe amphibian sounds more right? Amphibian. Okay, I'm really glad I could get the Great Canyon location correctly then. Nevada, Utah, and then Arizona as well. Yosem, is it Yosemite or Yosemite? It is Yosemite, right? Yosemite is where your parents went on honeymoon. Yosemite is one place that I heard before thanks to the... Wait, how is it called? That Hanna-Barbera character. Yogi Bear? I think it's Yogi Bear, right? He lives in the Yosemite forest, isn't it? Oh, it's Yosim... Wait, what? Yosemite... Yosi... I'm so lost. Yosemite? Yosemite? Oh, is it Yosemite? Did I get it? Yosemite. You say Sam? Yosemite, maybe? Yosem or Yosem? Yosemite? But it's not might, right? Oh, but Gabriel is saying it's like might. Long E at the end? Oh, is it Yosemite? Yosemite, is that better? Yosemite. Yosemite Forest or Park. That's so hard. Yosemite. Different pronunciations. We had a situation like that earlier today as well, right? What was the word? Do I have it in here? Oh yes, it was with orchard, or um, orchard as well, right? And then all of them are right depending on where you are. You want me to check Google Lady? I think I will be good with this one. Or am I still saying it wrong though? Isn't it Yosemite like I just said? I mean, let me close the game and then I will check that. Although if I close the game it's going to really make my computer slow. Let me open it. By the way, Joe Dancing, are you watching Dark tonight still? Or do you think it is getting late to you? It's only 12 days left now for the third season of Dark.
Yosemite,
What?
Yosemite, Yosemite,
You know when you hear something that you cannot believe it's pronounced that way? That's me right now. That's not what I would imagine for this. Yosemite?
Yosemite,
Yosemite. What?
Yosemite, Yosemite,
Okay. If they say it's that, who am I to complain, right? Yosemite. I do hope that in another universe, like in a multiverse, English gets accent marks because damn. The comments in there are amazing. So far, the best video regarding pronunciations and accents I have watched so far was the one that Surrey sent me regarding. I forgot the place's accent now, but it's a very funny video of these guys trying to say uh, Aaron earned an iron urn, and then because of their accent, all of those words sound like the same, and then it was like That was the best video regarding pronunciations and accents I have seen so far. I forgot the place of that accent, but if you Google it, like Aaron earned an iron urn, you will see what I'm talking about. It's super great. You thought it was pronounced like Vegemite? Oh yeah, right, Vegemite, this thing that I have only heard of, but I don't want to see it in real life though. Um, this has probably caused you many fights and broken up families, relationships, started wars and killing rampages. Oh, because the pronunciation of freaking wait, I even forgot it again. Yosemite, right? Yosemite. Learning pronunciation in Spanish was so nice. It is more logical at least. I just call it Yosemite. Yosemite. That pronunciation sounds like Yosemite, not Yosemite. It does sound like a D in the end. Like it should, in your opinion. Oh, those were the video comments? Yeah, Yosemite. But guys, I think I'm calling it in here. After three hard levels, I mean two levels hard and then one that was okay. At least we had one okay level tonight. And we are missing two more, right? If I'm not mistaken, we're missing this nightmare and whatever is next. Oh, never mind, we're missing three now. And look at that, the freaking complicated level that we got under the budget. That's... I don't even know how that was possible. But thank goodness this one right here is over. The double drawbridge, it took us double and triple streams to finish it. Oh yeah, Joe Dancing, are you checking Dark? I asked you, but I don't know if you answered me. Probably you did and I missed it. Yeah, this was the 80s Funland. It's kind of fitting for Dark Talk, right? Oh, not tonight? To be honest, thank goodness you are not watching it tonight, because you are getting to the middle of Dark, so the bombs are going to explode. So yeah, definitely do it when you have a lot of free time, because I believe you will want to binge it. So good luck on that, and then let me know when you do it. What did you think about it? Because it's going to really melt your brain, Joe Dancing. So be ready for that, right? But guys, thank you so much for stopping by. How many words are in here? I don't know, man, but I'm following um, that reference right there. That we have gone through like 70% of the game. Actually, there may be two more words, right? Because if each word has 15 levels, then to complete that, there are probably two more. That makes 30, right? There may be some extra levels because of the 5s in there. Oh, never mind. We are going to complete this in like 75 and then plus 30. Two more words. We beat it. So yeah, two more words after this. We are getting there. My life is a lie. I have been calling it Yasmite. I mean, I was close to that, right? I was saying Yosemite. It makes more sense to me like that. Those comments are gold, there you go then. But also look for the one I said. Aaron earned an iron urn. That video changed my life and showed me that I should not worry too much about pronunciations, because even the native speakers are struggling with that. So I'm just joining the fight and the battle against pronunciations and crazy pronunciations. So I do not need to worry that the battle is against me. It's like everyone is having that issue, right? But good night, everybody. Take care, have a great week, and I see you then. And please pray for me on those three final levels, especially because one of them is called Transformer. I'm scared of that. And the last one is called Collision Course. So yeah, that sounds horrifying. But take care and goodbye.